Treeconomy is a climate change company. We recognise that action needs to be made immediately to combat and mitigate against climate change, and believe that private business, new technology, and the power of profit to motivate action has a vital role to play. As we know, climate change is a result of the build-up of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It's fundamentally a stock and a flow problem. The flow being the emissions that we continue to add to the atmosphere, and the stock being the build-up of these greenhouse gases over time. It's also clear that we need to embrace greenhouse gas removal on a massive scale if we're to avoid catastrophic warming. Unfortunately, this is not being done at the levels required. There are engineered and mechanical methods, like direct air carbon capture. However, these methods require large centralized land area, huge amounts of electricity, and simply aren't cost effective. There is a better way: nature-based solutions, such as trees. They're simple and passive. You don't have to plug a tree in. They're inexpensive, and crucially, they offer so much more than just carbon capture. Forests support biodiversity, they clean air, and they clean water. With trees, we can solve multiple environmental problems at once in a decentralized manner. But the individual is not empowered to plant trees. There is no financial incentive. Farmers in the UK have seen agricultural incomes drop by 50% in the last 20 years, but also have to comply with targets for farming to be net zero by 2040. Many of those who would like to plant trees simply can't, as they cannot justify the opportunity cost. This is where Treeconomy steps in. We make tree planting profitable by providing an all-in-one solution to connect landowners who have land and need money with buyers in the carbon offset market who have money and need offsets. We use an innovative remote sensing technique, drone-based LiDAR and satellite imagery, to more accurately quantify tree growth. It's innovative because instead of this method, which is labor-intensive and is a poor best estimate, we get this: a three-dimensional model of trees and forests, giving us an exact quantification of biomass and therefore carbon stored. It also means that the carbon offsets we generate are far higher quality and better trusted than existing carbon offsets. We combine this with smart databasing to reliably track our inventory and act as a direct broker for our farmers, connecting them seamlessly with the offset market. This is a frictionless, all-in-one solution, allowing farmers to stay farming. We have a two-sided business model. Farmers pay for our remote sensing service. We quantify the carbon captured by trees they've planted and sell this to offset buyers. We return excess revenue to farmers, providing them with an additional passive income stream. And we monetize with long-term contracts, locking in recurring revenue on the supply side and generate trading revenue from selling high-quality carbon offsets to the demand side. The UK market is a great starting point. Leaving the EU has caused a lot of uncertainty around the future of rural payments, making our proposition of a new income stream even more appealing. The EU is a natural expansion point for us, as it's a significantly larger and homogeneous market. Indeed, the greenhouse gas removal market itself has been valued as a £35 billion opportunity by 2050. Our method is highly scalable, and we expect to be a significant player in this space. During our soft launch, while studying at Imperial, we've spoken to over 20 farmers, landowners, and estates who collectively own over 10,000 hectares, and we've already registered 8 beta testers to pilot the service, including Duchess Farms, who described our proposition as a no-brainer. We're in active discussion with aggregators, such as Redshaw, and have spoken to over 20 companies, especially those in hard-to-abate sectors who could be potential carbon offset buyers. Further, there are some very exciting prospects to incorporate natural capital approaches and the associated cash flows into mainstream finance, which we see as our next pivot further down the line. We have technical relations with remote sensing specialists such as CarboMap, as well as the Woodland Carbon Code, the UK offset standard, and we've also had some good success to date. The offset market itself can be split into project developers and project verifiers. We span both, with our model of long-term contracts providing a natural barrier to entry for competitors and provides us with a great testing ground to improve technology and allow us to build IP and increase profitability over time as we reduce costs. Between myself and my co-founder Rob, we have expertise spanning business and financial markets to climate change policy and the environment. We spent the last 8 months researching carbon markets extensively, specifically the voluntary carbon offset space, and have now developed a very powerful network of stakeholders within this sector. We've recently added Irina as an advisor, who brings intimate knowledge of our business segment, the academic space, as well as being a successful founder in her own right. In summary, Treeconomy recognises the need for greenhouse gas removal, as it buys us time by extending our carbon budgets. We see that trees and forests are both the least expensive and most scalable method to capture this carbon dioxide and bring significant co-benefits such as biodiversity. Most importantly, we've designed a method that solves the issue of poor financial incentives. Treeconomy enables people to take selfish, profit-driven action, but to have a climate-positive outcome. We combine nature-based solutions, top-class technology, and financial innovation to make trees investable.